So why am I mad? Microsoft announced tonight, or this evening, that they're raising Xbox Game Pass prices by as much as 25%. Let's take that in again. 25% is what they're raising, and it's not all. So, starting July 10th, Xbox Game Pass Ultimate will raise from $16.99 a month to $19.99 a month. That is just a $3 markup. Not the end of the world, not bad. It's not good. It's still almost a 18%. It's almost an 18% increase. Then PC Game Pass subscriptions will jump from $9.99 to $11.99. So that's another increase of 20% right there. And then you have the big one. And then they added a new standard tier for $14.99 a month for new subscribers. And we're going to break all this down. And then they raised the price of Xbox Game Pass Core, which used to be Xbox Live Gold to play multiplayer. So, Game Pass Ultimate jumps to $20 a month. Still no yearly plan. 25% increase. They do it $3, but percentages is the key. PC Game Pass still comes with day one games that are available. Jumps to $11.99 a month. Now there's a standard tier. There is a new standard tier. You can't hear me too well? Do I sound quiet or do I sound far away? That's a big thing. Do I sound quiet or do I sound far away? Here, I can turn myself up a little. If this is better, let me know if this is better. Let's bump the gain up. You sound fine. I have my phone. Okay. So where was I? The standard tier, $14.99. Chris, how you doing tonight, buddy? $14.99 a month. Does not include day one releases. Doesn't include them at all. So that means games like Call of Duty Black Ops 6, when that comes out, you will, if you are paying the $14.99 a month, if you're paying the $14.99 per month, that used to be enough. Game Pass console, it will no longer be you'll no longer get access to day one games at all. So $14.99 a month, you won't get access. But if you are already subscribed to Game Pass console, here's the kicker. If you're already subscribed and you have auto renewal turned on, it'll remain at the $10.99 cost that it is, and you still get your Game Pass day one titles. So if you already have Xbox Game Pass console and you have it set to auto renew, it will auto renew at that $10.99 and you'll still get your day one. If you let that lapse at any point, you have to resubscribe to one of the different tiers, including the standard $14.99 that doesn't include day one games. They are confusing. We'll get into that in a second. Lastly, a couple more, not lastly, they are also limiting to how far out you can extend your subscription. Now, they're limiting that to just a max. What used to be 36 months in the past, now it's just a max of 13 months that you can because there are the times where, they're raising the price. Let's, register or subscribe for 3 years or 2 years so we have this price and we're locked in at this price. Now they're like, nah, 1 year and 1 month is the max. 13 months is the max you can do on it. The absolute max you can do on it is that. Hellcat, how you doing, buddy? Welcome. good evening. It gets Galactic. It gets worse. If you are a member of Xbox Game Pass Core, you know, the replacement for Xbox Live Gold that comes with a few games like to play for free. A few games. They have raised that. The monthly is still $9.99 a month. Still $9.99 a month. Who just subscribed? Galactic Tier 1 1 month sub. Thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you. You threw me off. So Game Pass Core will still be $9.99 a month. Still be $9.99 a month. But if you want the year, don't apologize. That's just me. If you want a year subscription, it is jumping 25% from $59.99 to $74.99 for the year. It's still cheaper than what $120 would be if you bought it monthly. But it's going up from $60 a year to $75 a year. A 25% increase. Absolutely pathetic what it is. Absolutely pathetic. 25% increase. This full story, if you want to read it, is at insider-gaming.com, by the way. Yeah. So it's $80 for a year of PS Plus. So it's still cheaper than PS Plus, but their whole big thing was being a better deal. We're a better deal than PlayStation Plus, and it's not anymore. It's not. It's not. So these new prices go into effect for existing members starting September 12th, new members July 10th, and then but that's the thing with the PS Plus. You get two to three games a month. That as long as you're subscribed, they're yours to keep. Xbox, they give you the games with gold, and it's not any more games with gold. It's a resounding thing. Trixie, hello, good evening. Miss Zelder, how you doing? Hellcat, how you doing? Tiny, good evening. So it's not a. This is where I am absolutely just furious. Chris, yeah. Am I the only one who feels there's way too many tiers and different options that are named almost the same thing? And then again, this is Microsoft, and that's right. That is so. Phil Spencer, right? Alexis, good evening. Phil Spencer has been, and Xbox has done this whole thing. Play day one on Game Pass. 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 Blah, blah, blah. Well, now they can't say that because it's not true. Mike Tyree, thank you for the follow. It's just not true anymore, the whole play day one on Game Pass, because now there's two Game Pass tiers that don't offer day one games. So now they're going to have to change their whole marketing. They're going to have to change the whole marketing and what they do and things like that, because right now it's just not working. Dirt Fan, we'll talk about that soon. That's on the topic today. It's a case of I'm going to start going outside it as a hobby, right? They make it so hard. This is why a big reason why PC gaming has exploded. PC gaming has exploded. Sure, you don't get you don't have to pay other than your internet subscription to play online. Which, granted, I will never say that PC gaming is better than console. Everybody has their own thing that they like. Console, it's easier to get into the infrastructure than with console, and it's quicker to get set up than having a PC and building a PC and whatever. It is what it is. I do it all. I am not. I won't go back to Xbox because they gave me no need to buy an Xbox Series X. There's a reason why it's sold it is 13% behind in sales, the Series consoles, than the Xbox One, and it's still selling less than what the Xbox 360 was at this point. It is on par to be one of the Microsoft's worst selling console ever. It might just beat the original Xbox, but not by much. Trying to stick with Xbox, they make it super tough. They make it really tough. Everybody makes it tough in order to stick with them. And this is why, again, a lot of people are choosing PC. Plus, the amount of games it's easier to get your game on PC and things like that, too, with Steam. And that's a whole other thing. I don't know if you saw me on Twitter. A game that I saw that was front and center on Twitter's Steam's sales store page for VR games. Their naming conventions are annoying for the console. Like Xbox, Xbox One, or Xbox, Xbox 2, Xbox 3. Like after the 360, I get it. It was a fine name. They should have just. I didn't need the 720. They could have just did Xbox 3 and been done with it. No one would have judged. No one would have questioned. None of that would have happened. None of that would have happened. None of it would have been an issue. But here we are. We're there. We're here now. They're working on new consoles. They're deep in development on the next version of the Xbox. So we'll see what happens with that. But so Microsoft, and they dropped it in the evening. SPC High. Figured this was coming when COD. Exactly. That's what I wanted to get into. So it had been rumored for a long time that Game Pass tiers changes were coming. It had been rumored for a long time that was the case. And should you buy them? I would if you could. But again, you can only extend up to 13 months. You can't extend it super far out anymore. So Microsoft was kind of wishy-washy. They didn't want to talk. They declined to comment when we reached out to them, or when I reached out to them about their comments or about their changes to Game Pass and what adding Call of Duty would do at Activision games, Blizzard games. They didn't want to comment on it. They just said this is going to be a good deal for Xbox fans and blah, blah, blah. They just want to get the games where players are. You knew it was coming, and then it finally happened. So these reports came back in May. So 2 months later is when we're getting the price change. And they drop it in the evening. They drop it at night. And that's what pisses me off the most. They dropped it at night. At like 6 o'clock on the East Coast, 4 o'clock on the West Coast. I get their West Coast company, but they dropped it when most people on the East and in Europe and stuff clocked off. And the thing is, these prices I'm talking about, these are just U.S. pricing. These are the changes for global. So the United Kingdom, their price goes from $12.99 to $14.99, and then their year price doesn't go up nearly as much. Their year price goes up $6 compared to $15. It goes up £6 compared to $15. Exactly. Get it on PC, and you can use a controller on there if you want to use a controller. I still prefer to use a controller for first-person shooters because I need aim assist like a scrub. But standard PC Game Pass, the prices, it's only going up $1 or $2 in the UK. It's going up $2 in the US, but it's going up to $9.99 in the UK. Like, they're raising prices everywhere. The thing is, Chris, too, yeah, they're making these changes, but the problem is, and I'm including myself in this topic. Do not take this the wrong way. Us as gamers are really, really, really stupid. Because the best way to make a change and have a company make these changes The best way is by stop spending money. And what do? We continue to spend the money. We continue to spend the money. That is our problem, and that's what we keep on doing. You mentioned that, James Cook. We need to stop going to McDonald's. I went to McDonald's today, and it cost $40 because obviously a kid with a broken leg, it makes it tough to get things done. For us, we're a family of 5, but only 4 of us can eat because, 1-month-old can't eat McDonald's. Good. $41 for a Happy Meal and 3 regular meals. $41. So I got to stop. I got to save money. Your subscriptions are paying for my McDonald's habit. That's the only way, Beats Lab. The only way is if we stop giving them the money. But we don't. That is our problem. We don't. Chris, going to get a new console for college football, the Series X worth it over the Series S? If you want 4K, then get the Series X. If you don't need 4K, get the Series S. You'll be happy. I still think you should jump over to PlayStation so you can join the online dynasty. Exactly. Exactly, Chris. Yeah, but you can expand. You can expand. But we aren't the brightest bulbs. Like, we are very... Gamers, for the most part, are very knowledgeable. They know what's going on. They know what's happening. It is a case of we just keep spending the money. We keep spending the money, and nothing's going to change unless we stop spending the money. And what bothers me is we spend the money on... But even if you spend the money, even if you show support for the things that do well, these companies that are still making hands over fist money are, like Microsoft, are still letting people go. The executives are not being held accountable. Is there any way to get more internal storage? I don't know if you can do internal. I know you can buy extended storage. Let's see. You can buy... Like, there's a 1 terabyte SSD for the Xbox Series X and S from Seagate for $150. Let's see. Because they have the storage expansion slot on the back of the console. Let's see. And that, I don't know if you can upgrade internal. I know you can add internal to your PlayStation 5, which is what I did. That's what I did. When will EA drop Team Builder information? So the Team Builder stuff originally was planned to be launched last week, from what I know. But I don't know what led to it being delayed. Though maybe they just decided they wanted to wait until closer to launch. Until they say it's not coming at launch, I'm going to believe it's coming at launch. I don't think they've gone so well PR-wise. Having that delayed until, say, maybe they're like, all right, well, Madden and college football will launch at the same time. I feel like that might be terrible. Yeah, I think I got a 4 terabyte in my PS5. I got the base one in the PS5, and then I got a 4 terabyte. Does PS5 allow you to live stream or record in 4K? Not 4K, no. Not directly on the console. You can capture in 4K with an external card, Tar Heel. So that's where I'm at with the Xbox thing.